First longshoreman strike in decades could start in just a few hours. Some 25,000 dock workers from Brownsville to Boston and Houston expected to walk off the job just after midnight. One expert telling us a strike could be catastrophic. Troy Kless live at the Port of Houston's Bayport Terminal this evening with a look at the potential impact on Houston's economy. Troy?
Yeah, Len, thank you. We see the strike is expected to impact the container terminal here, but experts tell us that it's not expected to impact the oil and gas commodities shipped in bulk that Houston is known for. Again, one expert says that we won't see prices impacted to us just yet. That depends how long the strike lasts. At the University of Houston, Margaret Kidd is program director for supply chain and logistics technology.
So a strike cutting off half of America, half of the imports, could have a really catastrophic impact on the economy if it was a prolonged strike.
The International Longshoremen's Association locked in negotiations with the United States Maritime Alliance, or USMX. This morning, the workers' union posted a statement accusing the USMX of blocking the path to a deal on a new contract, saying, in part, the ocean carriers represented by USMX want to enjoy profit while they offer ILA longshore workers an unacceptable wage package that we reject.
The good news is most of the retailers anticipated this, so they front-loaded their cargo to come in prior to peak seasons.
Kidd says we won't see impacts locally for a few weeks, such as prices going up on perishable groceries like fruits and vegetables.
This is a question I get asked frequently. You know, should we stock up? Absolutely not. Do not hoard.
The USMX has previously stated, quote, we want to bargain and avoid a strike, but time is running out.
Shut down, including right here in Houston.
At midnight, port workers went on strike. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner live in the newsroom with how this could impact the nation's supply chain. Rochelle.
Morning, Owen and Sophia. Consumers may not feel the effects for a few weeks, and that's because some businesses already took those extra steps to stock up on their supplies. But let me show you this video from overnight. This was at midnight here in the Port of Houston. Workers were taking a stance. Among their ultimatums, they want higher pay and the continuation of its current ban on fully automated equipment. Now, this move will cripple the transfer of a wide variety of goods from bananas to beer at cargo ports along the entire East and Gulf Coast. Now, experts say this stoppage could cost the U.S. economy anywhere from several $100 million to $4.5 billion. That's with a B a day, causing many who rely on the port for their businesses and livelihood to look elsewhere for work. Now, I want you to take a listen to this small trucking business owner we spoke to when he learned about this strike.
And unfortunately, I wasn't, updated to the union strike until much recent, to where now we're on the phone almost every day trying to find other freight and trying to see what's going on. How long is this stuff going to go? Because you still have a family to feed and insurance to pay, gas bills to pay, and everything, and employees to pay for as well. And when you're not prepared for that, it takes a strain and toll on you.
And of course, this is something that we will continue to follow here in our newsroom. And coming up on the KPRC2 Plus live stream at 8 a.m., we will be speaking with an expert about how this strike could impact the November election. That's just coming up in a couple of weeks. Back to you.
All right, Rochelle, thank you for the latest in that situation there.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as we had to take a break real quick from the capital C's that we've been talking about. The controversy, chaos, confusion, conflict, and confrontation for the entertainment conversation and get into the real conversation as it came down the pipeline out here at the Port of H-Town. And y'all saw it right there. Heard it very clearly. The strike is happening. The strike is kicked off, and it ain't nothing to try to get around of no more. It's here, and I had a link in the description where you can watch that in full on Channel 11 and News Click to Houston, and I'm going to get into a piece of this write-up from ABC in just a second. And the main thing that stood out to me, the companies that already prepared for this, right? So they already stocked up. They already know what's coming. This strike at the port is they saying it contributes to half of the things coming into the country, 50% out here in H-Town, the Port of Houston. If you know, you know. Tell you like this right here, bro. This thing should have already been understood and overstood. We ain't got time to play as the economy is already down bad. Now, it's other cities where this is going on too as well, like you heard right there, Boston and everything like that with their ports, as they all on strike right now. So what's the next play here? Because, yeah, it's a few weeks out, and I do believe that they will get it understood and be able to work this out, but it's a whole pipeline of people that's gonna get affected. Now, I heard her say that it won't affect the gas prices and things like that, and I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying for a while, but in the long run, I do feel like this will begin to affect the gas prices out here. This is something that we need to be focused on because it's a pipeline where it's gonna start affecting people at the grocery stores, other small businesses that gotta get their products delivered to them. You hear the truck driver right there talking. This ain't nothing to play with right now, as they are officially on strike. They need to get it understood. Now they saying, hey, we want better wages. We see how this economy works. They don't give people proper pay a lot of the times. We see they don't want to give people their raises and everything like that. And it gets the automated machines, meaning they get these robotic things in and have one person run them to cut these jobs out to where, hey, well, we can't feed our family. Why we want to come in and work right next to these automated machines and these things just gonna do the work? Y'all just paying us to run them, but y'all having them people do the same amount of work at times that they will be doing just as they self. Y'all just got them working and working the machine on the level. They still got to get the parts out the machine, do this, do that. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But the write-up says this. ABC 13 was in Seabrook Tuesday, where union workers set up early with tents and cases of water in anticipation of more people showing up outside Bayport Container Terminal. The strike stems from a deadlock that's been happening for months over contract negotiations. The International Longshoremen's Association, which is the largest union for dock workers, is demanding higher pay and protections against automated technology. They weren't satisfied with the offer from the United States Maritime Alliance, which represents port operations and shipping companies. It's unclear how the strike will last, but New York Governor Kathy Hochul noted in a statement Tuesday that it was the first large-scale Eastern dock worker strike in 47 years at ports from Maine to Texas, and included the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. If the strike continues for weeks or months, the businesses that will experience the biggest impact are those who rely on shipping overseas. All of the conversation has been about imports and Christmas and retailers. The ports covered by the ILA, the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, actually handle almost 70% of container exports from the United States, said Ed Emmett with Rice University's Baker Institute for Public Policy. And you can try to put a Band-Aid on this problem if you want to, saying you ain't choosing either side, but I'm gonna tell you like this right here, bro. This ain't supposed to get to this point, especially with the economy doing as bad as it is right now. It's on board from down here in Texas, H-Town, the port, wherever, all the way up to the East Coast. They all on board with this now. Y'all need to understand how the pipeline get affected from things getting shipped overseas. This can make grocery prices higher on certain products. This can make everything you do on your day-to-day of goods that you need become higher because they can't get them in the port no more. The real need to get done. They need to sit down and have that real conversation, man. People is looking at this like, hold on, y'all ain't gonna do this. Y'all wanna bring in machines and take people jobs, take people hours away, get us to run these machines that's gonna replace us. They like, nah, bro, we ain't with that. And this is what they gonna say. This is how the rich stay rich. It's a whole play that go with these things. Just know the real if you ever worked out there before in these type of factories. And I ain't even speaking on the port. I ain't never worked in the port. I'm just talking about manufacturing companies in general. But tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos. Just know what's going on out here on the real side of things. Stay on your pivot. 1000 for Shit Show.